So here's everything I think Nico should know about from video game news the week of November 22nd, 2021. Probably due to everyone's focus on Thanksgiving if you're in the United States, and Black Friday sales since it's now officially Christmas season, there wasn't a whole lot of news this week. If you're a fan of Metal Gear Solid games, you probably know Hideo Kojima. And that Hideo Kojima is really into movies, like a lot. I don't know how many times I've thought he should just make movies, especially after his development studio, Kojima Productions, created Death Stranding. I still need to finish that game, speaking of which. Well, it looks like he's planning on doing just that. Kojima Productions launched a new division based in Los Angeles that will be dedicated to music, television, and film. Personally, I can't wait to see what comes out of that. Playing his games is already a lot like watching movies after all. 50 years ago, in November of 1971, an arcade game called Computer Space was released. It was the first commercially available video game. On Tuesday, November 23, 2021, the Golden Joystick Awards were streamed on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Games Radar. Before the awards announcements, they shared a 30-minute documentary about the 50-year history of video games. I didn't really get into video games until 1993, so I often forget that this industry has been around for that long. It was a fantastic lead-up to the awards themselves. I'm not going to list out the winners here, but I will mention that I was really happy that It Takes Two won the award for Best Multiplayer Game. Nico and I played that game and had a lot of fun with it. Joseph Fares, the creator of that game, makes some really great stuff. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. Probably the most interesting award was an award for the ultimate game of all time. How anyone can decide that is beyond me, but I certainly can't argue with the winner. Dark Souls was voted as the best game of all time. For a full list of winners, check out the link in the description below. In addition to the awards, there were several trailers. Two of them stood out to me. The first was for a game called Agatha Is Dead. The description on its Steam page describes it as a dark first-person psychological thriller set in 1944 Italy that blurs the lines between reality, superstition, and the tragedy of war. Ever since Nico got me into horror games, I want to play them all. The trailer is really creepy. The game is scheduled to release on February 24th, 2022 on PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. The other trailer that got my attention was for a game called Wronged Us. I don't have much information about this game aside from its description on the trailer's YouTube page that said it's inspired by Silent Hill and Dark Souls. Apparently, it's an open-world third-person survival horror game coming to consoles and PC sometime in 2023. It looks creepy, so I'll definitely be keeping an eye on this one. Epic Games has acquired Harmonix, the development studio responsible for games like Guitar Hero, Dance Central, and Rock Band. According to a tweet from Epic, they will explore new ways for people to enjoy music across the digital world. And according to Harmonix's blog, their next project will be to work with Epic to create musical journeys and gameplay for Fortnite. Personally, I'm hoping that we get some non-Fortnite news with regard to this new partnership since I'm not into Fortnite, but I do love music and rhythm games. I guess we'll see. And finally, Matt Goldman, the senior creative director of Dragon Age 4, has left BioWare. No reason was given for his departure, and I was unable to find any information about his replacement, so BioWare probably hasn't announced that yet. The development for this game has been a rocky one, and I'm honestly beginning to wonder if the game is going to release at all. However, back in July, Christian Daly, the game's executive producer, tweeted that his team was making great progress on the game, so I'm cautiously optimistic. Back in 2019, Kotaku did a great write-up of the struggles that Dragon Age 4 has had, and I've linked that article in the description below. Video game development is really difficult, and when I hear about all the troubles developers have, I'm often amazed that video games get made at all. P.S. If you want to read more about game dev struggles, check out the book Blood, Sweat, and Pixels by Jason Schreier. It's really interesting stuff. Anyway, that's it for news from the week of November 22nd, 2021. I hope you join me next week for news about how amazing Disney's Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition and Final Fantasy XIV's Endwalker expansion are, because once those two games hit on Friday, that's all I'm going to be thinking about. Okay, I promise to report on other stuff too, but until then, play lots of games and have an awesome week.